What is up, everybody? Welcome back. That's right, we're back for season 6 of the giveaway show. I'm Carlos Collects Comics. I'm your host and the guy behind the channel. I'm excited because we've got a great new cast for this season, a couple of brand new additions to the regulars, as well as a couple of familiar faces from last year. But hey, above all, I'm excited that each and every one of you is here. We're going to do some shout outs to the chat in just a moment. You'll see that we've already dropped the first giveaway of the night, that phrase in the chat. So you're going to enter that hashtag, we're back. So make sure that you do that. Real quick, we've got a lot on the docket tonight. We're going to be talking about Deadpool and Wolverine smashing the 1 billion club, the Acolyte getting canceled. What did you think about that? What did we think about that? The CGC heat pressing damaging of books with the new way that they're sealing the books. And we're going to talk a little bit about Bo DeMaio, the creator of X-Men 97, finally speaking out, and Disney clapping back. And now the war of the words has started between them. All that and more when we get started with this season 6 kickoff of the giveaway show. So stay tuned. All right, man, we are excited that you're here hanging out with us. Tonight, we've got a great show planned for you. Let me just give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys. Check this out. What's up, everybody? It's Carlos Collects Comics here, and I want to take a second to tell you about a sponsor of this video, Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys. And if you're looking for your next favorite comic shop, this is the spot. Tons of back issues, all the key books you could be looking for, a friendly and helpful staff, and 3 locations across the greater Houston area region: Lake Jackson, NASA, and Galveston. So make sure and check out Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys. All right. Hey, so let's get straight into the chat real quick and say hi to everybody and say and just thank you so much for y'all being here tonight. Remember, it is hashtag we're back to enter the first one. We're going to do just a pick 'em. You're going to call out a number of 1 between, let's see.
Me and Billy won 2 and 5.
Between 1 and 6, the winner's going to choose between 1 and 6. The one hint that I'll give you, all of these are foils. They are all foil books. And we're going to give those. We're going to give some of those away tonight.
2 and 5 for me and Billy.
Hashtag we're back. All right, let's get to the chat real quick, and let's go ahead and bring them out because one of them just can't contain himself. All right, here he is, brand new addition to the regular cast for season 6 of the giveaway show, and member of the Comic Book Fiend Club. Let's introduce and welcome JT Comic Books.
What's going on, guys?
Oh, we really
JT Comic Books back again for season 6, man. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited to be on the Carlos channel. Again, like he said, we rep it.
Nice.
Club. Yeah. Social club. So if you want to check us
Billy,
out,
we got our work cut off for us, Billy.
comicbookfiendclub.com. Check us out. Get to know the members, man. Get to know the members. Come on through.
Nice. So JT, so if anybody wants to become a member, they go to, what is it, comicbookfiendclub.com?
comicbookfiendclub.com. On there, you'll go to whatever specific chapter that you would like to join. So if you're down here in Texas with us, you'll go to South Chapter. You'll see all the names of the people on the roster, chapter members. Get to know us, man. Get to know everybody. Even if you want to know people in other states, other chapters, get to know them as well.
Awesome. Man, that is one of the coolest things in the world to be a part of because, when you go to conventions, it can feel like daunting. You can feel alone. Sometimes in the larger comic book community club, you say, man, I wish I had a group to click in with. And man, Comic Book Fiend Club, it sounds like that is a solid place. All right, well, y'all check them out. And then next up, here he is, folks. He's been running his mouth since he got here, about 5 minutes late. Let's bring out Paul Comics.
All right, guys. Appreciate everybody being here tonight. And thank y'all for messaging me, while we were away from the giveaway show. me and Billy have rested. Billy has been resting, so he's got a lot of work cut out for him. You see who we have on here tonight. So, yeah, it's going to be a long night, guys. Y'all check in on us periodically. But, yeah, thank y'all for showing up tonight. Hit the thumbs up, share it out. Watch the ads, help us out on that part. And, thank you, Carlos, for having us on. And, yeah, we're ready.
Awesome. Hey, okay, so let's go ahead. Let's go to the chat and shout some folks out. So right off the bat, we've got Las Cruces 1971 is saying good morning, still morning. He was here at like 9:52 a.m. this morning.
Las Cruces.
Right? And here he is at 5 p.m. saying hooray, at 7:20, woohoo. And then Green Machine pops in, good to have you back, Carlos. Hello to everyone. Hey, here's a celebration. If you don't know about it, you can now go read up on the new revamped channel member perks. El Green is he's been a member for 10 months. Man, dude, okay. He's almost one of our longest running members. Wolverado and Brooklyn Born, I think are at 11. They're coming up on 1 year. And then, El Green is a channel member. So make sure and check those out if you're interested at all, if you like getting comic books. And also we're going to be launching this perfect segue to launch into it. So we're going to be launching and this is for every channel member tier. We're going to have a members only live stream that is going to be starting up. Let's see, where is it? There it is. Okay, it's a members only live stream that's going to be starting up on Friday, September the 6th at 12 p.m. All right, it's called Carlos and Friends. All right, and I look so peaceful because Paul hasn't bothered me yet, and on the morning that I took that picture, so I was just enjoying.
Hey guys, is that coffee?
So Carlos and Friends is a members only live stream that's going to be going on Friday, every other Friday, like first and third Fridays at 12 p.m. at your lunchtime. So you can pop in. It's going to be about a 45-minute live stream. And I'm going to be sharing some spec news. We'll be going over some of the top 10 lists. We're going to be doing a little bit of deep dive into some of the stuff that you might want to know about in terms of the comic market and as it progresses, because it's definitely changed up a lot even in just the past 12 months, and especially since this channel started. So, there'll be a lot of cool stuff going on this. There will also be at least one members-only giveaway during this live stream. So if you are a member, this is one of the things that you will be privy to, no matter what level you're at. No matter what level you get to watch this, and then you'll also get to get early access to some of the videos. Like the top 10 Superman video was early access for members, and the top 10 Deadpool video was early access for members. So both of them got to view both of those videos before they went public for everybody. So it's just one of the things we've added to give some more value to the channel memberships. All right, so let's continue those shout outs. All right, so Lucian Darth, what's up? Good to see you. Glad that you're here. Las Cruces is piping in from New Mexico. Mary Jimenez, good to see you. Glad that you're here. Hey, there's Dagger Cards. We're going to shout out his charity that he's riding his bike for. He says, I'm busy riding my bike every day for my Great Cycle Challenge for sick kids with cancer in August. I'm only $225 short of 1,000. Nice, man. He's almost there. So let's see. We had shouted that out in some of the previous episodes. So y'all make sure and message Dagger Cards if you want to know more about that. All right, David Dotson says, let's get this started. Let's see. There's David Dotson some more. And then here is the first enter to win. We are broadcasting also on Facebook. Hey, if you're on Facebook, make sure and drop us a line. Let us know that you're there. I've got a special something to send you for being on there. Let's see, Pops Mafia popping in with the hashtag Australian AC. Rafael Jimenez. Hey, there's Mr. Collector popping in. Thank you again, Mr. Carlos, for my comics. That's right. Almost all the comics from last season have gone out. I do have a few left to send out here. As well as some care packages for members. got some really cool books that Paul's going to go over one more time after the show, and then those are going to go out this weekend. So Tony Stank is popping in and saying hi. Mr. Collector, let me join JT. I need new friends. I hang out with Paul. He's always getting me to talk about comic shops.
Yeah, you
There
need
you
to
go.
hanging out with
JT
that.
already told you you can't get in, Mr. Collector.
Gerald Yates, what's up, party people? Let's see, coffee and a little rum. All right, Bailey's and coffee. There you go. All right, I post quite a bit on IG and my YouTube on my Great Cycle Challenge for Sick Kids with cancer in August in honor of my dad. Lots of fun so far. Good to hear. Harold Fuller, good to see you as well. Glad that all of you are hanging out with us. So make sure to drop that first hashtag in the box. Hashtag we're back. So we're going to get started with the stuff that we've got going on. I see 13 entries on the Weir's Back. So good to because we've already got that running. So glad that y'all are taking care of it and jumping in on that. So let's see here. It popped up. Okay. We'll come back to that in just a second. All right. So first up tonight that we're going to talk about is for those who aren't aware, maybe if you've been living under a rock, we went and checked out the new Deadpool and Wolverine film. I took the cast for this new season back when it came out, and we went to go see it. I'm going to let these guys weigh in on what they thought of it. But the big news is that the film, unsurprisingly to many, did perform incredibly well at the box office. It has, I think it was about a week and a half ago, it broke $1 billion at the box office. This used to be a regular thing for the MCU films that would come out, and on average, they are all close to about $1 billion, because the MCU is the first franchise to break 30 billion at the box office, and it was Deadpool and Wolverine that did it. So Deadpool and Wolverine has broken 1 billion. It had passed 1.2 billion, and there's question about, could it make it to 1.3 billion before its theatrical run comes to an end? But yeah, it is a stellar film, and a lot of people are speculating that, hey, does this mean the MCU is back? Are the follow-up films to this going to do well? How's it going to go for the MCU? Because we've had a couple of rough years with that franchise. Overall, the films have not performed as well, and some would say that the quality has not quite been there. So I wanted to just throw it out there, JT. What did you think of Deadpool and Wolverine when you watched it?
Okay, so
I gotta hear this.
Hush, Paul, I'm talking. Anyways, man, it was a good time. Appreciate you, Carlos, for having us out. We got to meet Mrs. Collect, future Batman. His wife is there. Whatever his name is, he was there too. But it was a great movie, man. Especially if you've seen it before all the spoilers and stuff came out. That's when we got to see it. I think like a day later after it came out. Went to see it. It was great. I gave it at the time a 9 out of 10. It was that good to me. All the surprises were great. The action scenes were great. Everything in it was just what the MCU needed at the time. Because, like Carlos said, it was down bad, man, down bad. But Deadpool, yeah, that was the movie of the year. I think it's probably the number 1 rated R movie now.
Oh yeah, by far.
Great.
It is by far the number 1 rated R movie, and it is. I mean, it's beating out most non rated R movies now at this point.
Yeah, I heard when it beat Passion of the Christ, I was like, oh yeah, it's
yeah.
So, to me, honestly, it was a good movie. I know a lot of people nitpicking and stuff, but I mean, I'm just going in for the action and the fun. So that's what it did for me. I don't care about all the it's not in continuity and all that kind of stuff. It was a great movie. It is what it is.
Yeah. All right. Well, I see some opinions jumping in the chat already. We're going to get to those in just a second. Paul, what did you think of it? Because Paul we did take Paul to the theater.
Yeah.
You know, so some felt that was a good thing. Some felt
all
that
I gotta say, guys, is you know, if you watched the last giveaway show, I called, you know, Chris Evans being Human Torch. Now I didn't like how they treated my buddy. Didn't have to die like that. You know, that was just messed up. But yeah, so I couldn't get. So luckily, I got a chance to see it again because, like I said, I was sitting next to Carlos and then sitting next to JT, and these guys kept asking me questions because they act like they never been to a theater before. So I couldn't give a review at that time. So me and Billy went to another day, Monday. They knew who we were. We were like, "Oh, you're Paul Comics from the giveaway show." So we got to the theater all to ourselves. Me and Billy were able to watch the movie, and then, like I said, I give it a 2 because the way they did my buddy Chris Evans and Human Torch, I really like that character. I love Gambit coming out on there. I think him going toe to toe with Wolverine, and the last thing I liked was the van fight. It was just, I just thought that they needed that, and yeah, I mean, the MCU needs to pay attention to their fans and give the fans what they want. But yeah, I couldn't give a good review because Carlos and JT were next to me.
That's right, because we kept talking during the whole movie, right?
The second time I got to see it, me and Billy got the theater to ourselves because they knew who we were, and they were like, oh, "Okay, we want y'all to have a great experience, so you give a great review," and that's what I'm able to do for you guys tonight.
No, okay.
Yeah, I was informed that Bob Iger himself reached out to you to ask.
Yeah,
you to
he
go
did. He was like, "I'm sorry that you had to sit by Carlos and JT the whole time. I couldn't even understand the movie at the time. I was trying to."
God. Okay, that's all right. That's enough of that. All right, so let's go to the chat where there's far more serious comments going on. All right. Dagger Card says, "I saw the movie last week. 2 Canadian superheroes, not surprised. What's up, Jagular? Good to see you. Never too old for Lago. Man, that's cool. I like that handle. I thought it sucked compared to 1 and 2. You know,
man, what they did to Human Torch, that should have. That's
some
wrong.
people have said that. I've heard that. All right. I honestly really like the scene with Peter towards the end. Do you think every universe has a Paul?
Indifferent.
I don't know. I definitely don't think he's the anchor being for any universe.
Yeah, I'm the anchor being on the giveaway. Right, Billy?
Peter Pool was hilarious. All right, Paul Pool. There you go. Every universe has a Paul Pool. All right, Lucian Darth says, "I want to see a whole Werewolf by Night." Where is the follow-up? That was like one of the best MCU projects, right?
Yeah.
What have they done with that? I mean,
that ain't gonna happen, Lucian. You already know that.
No. It was good. It was good. I want to see a whole Werewolf by Night movie in black and white, or
that ain't gonna happen,
Dracula in black and white.
If
they let the same guy, and he was a composer. The one who did Werewolf by Night was a composer.
Right.
He started as a composer, and this was his first directorial debut, and he killed it. He knocked it out of the park.
They're saying I'm the anchor being. Oh, thank you, guys.
Tony Stank says, "We had 2 couples sitting on both sides of us. They both left halfway through the movie. Guess they didn't know what they were getting into."
Wow.
Can't take Paul out anywhere. Mr. Collector says Paul goes by Jewel Pool. Pops Mafia says Billy looks cold. All right, Paul is AKA Pocket Pool. All right, Paul is Pink Pool. There you go. All right, need to break out a shovel when Paul talks. All right, I love that movie. Good. Okay, wasn't it Michael Giacchino? Yeah, that was him. It was Michael Giacchino. He was the composer for some previous MCU films, and he killed it. And I love that they gave him a special presentation, so it was right at about an hour. So it wasn't a full feature, and it wasn't like a huge budget, so it wasn't a big risk. But he had the freedom to try out what he did, and I felt like it was one of the best Disney Plus exclusives, right up there with WandaVision. You know, and I mean, it was really good. Like for the stuff that was only on Disney Plus, it was one of the best. So I have been waiting patiently for them to go back because I loved Man Thing and Werewolf by Night. It was great. All right, so make sure and drop that hashtag "We're Back" in there. We're going to go ahead and do our giveaway now. All right, let's take a look. We got 17 entries. A little bit slow. So here's the rules. You can pick number 1 through 6. I will go through the stack, then I'll mix it up after this giveaway. If you don't like what you got, you can also take the upgrade book, which is Dazzler number 1. This book is definitely not as valuable as people thought it was going to be, but that's okay. We've got a stack of them here, and we're going to keep giving them away. All right, so here's hashtag We're Back. We're going to go ahead and run this giveaway. Good luck to everybody. Thanks for being here tonight, and we'll get back to you in just a second. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Good luck, Carlos.
Man, good luck, everybody. Good luck.
All right, yeah, JT in there.
All right.
Gerald Yates,
a.k.a. Paul Comics. There he is.
What? That ain't
all right. All right, Gerald Yates. I'm sorry. No, I know you're a real person, Gerald Yates. I know you're a real person. I just like to tease Paul and tell him that he's got like 15 different personalities that he uses to win books. All right, Gerald Yates, I'm going to go 1. You pick 1 through 6. Pick whichever one number. Twitch users.
He said
let's see. Are you guys? Oh no! Did I lose y'all? Where are y'all?
Yeah, they weren't in there.
Okay, I don't see. Let's see. Gerd. I don't even know how to pronounce that. All right. So GZDR for Ev. Buddy, I didn't see yours come through. I didn't see it come through here in the chat. Tell you what, message me if you're a brand new user watching us, then I will absolutely send you something. Okay, but I want you to message me. There were three people in here, then they left. Oh man, and this is the one night that I didn't say, hey, if you're watching on Twitch, drop me a line, like drop a comment, so I could send y'all something special. Okay, GZDR for Ev. Something special is coming your way. Message me on Instagram at Carl's Collects Comics or carlscollectscomics@gmail.com with your shipping info, and I'm going to send you something special. Okay? Because I am sorry that I left you guys out. I did not mean to do that. That is on me. All right. Okay. So Gerald Yates has said 1 through 5. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did Gerald Yates? Were you peeking or something?
Man,
all right, Gerald Yates,
man, great. Pick up, buddy.
A foil New Mutants number 98.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations. Gerald Yates, congratulations on that.
Congratulations.
All right, now Paul's going to get a Twitch account. Exactly. Yeah. Right, exactly. GV.
That ain't me.
I don't believe that's actually Paul. No, I'm excited. There was multiple Twitch users in there. Hey, if you're watching on Twitch, or if you're watching this on the rewind on Twitch, and if you're watching us on Facebook, because we're also broadcasting to Facebook tonight, if you're on any of those other platforms, I want you to drop a quick word, a comment in the chat so I can see it, and I just want to check it and see if I can see it from here. Because the software we use, sometimes it doesn't show stuff up. So I want to make sure and see what you guys are seeing.
Yeah, can you show Gerald Yates?
So I'm gonna mix that up here. All right, for the next round. All right, we're gonna tell you what, we're gonna do 3 giveaways tonight. They're like I said, they're all foils. All right, so Paul, stop creating accounts and joining on the different ones. All right. All right, here we go. Hey, Harold Fuller. Okay, Harold Fuller is in the Facebook chat. Nice.
Wow. Welcome, buddy.
Nice. Thank you for dropping it in there. All right, so like I said, if you watch us over on either of those, let's see. So Harold Fuller. Like I said, if you watch on either of those, drop me a line, okay? So GD, what are you, GZD? GZD.
This is for the second biggest Miles fan, Mr. Collector. I mean,
Nice.
yeah, collector, if you out there, you ain't got.
I know Mr. Collector claims it. All right, so I'm gonna. Hey, so if you're watching on one of our non-YouTube platforms, make sure and drop a line, drop a chat, and I'm gonna send you something special. Okay. And if I told you that GZD4, do you know if there were Acolyte comics made? Yes, there are. Yeah, I know the show got canceled, which means if comics were made, they're worth a ton. No, they're not going to, because they were mass produced. They have already started hitting the market. A lot of the merch is being recalled, but you will still be able to get the what was his name, the Wookiee Jedi from the Acolyte, which was one of the greatest concepts ever. Which it stunk that the show sucked, but that was a great concept, like a Wookiee Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, yeah. And the lightsaber. Well, okay, we're gonna get to that. All right. So, any further thoughts on Deadpool and Wolverine, guys, from either of you two on here on the cast?
Well, the thing. Oh, you're gonna say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, the only thing I'll say is we went a couple of times, and some of you guys, and this movie just when me and Carlos invited us to the movies, it was really jam packed. He had us back. I think they had to go to the doctor after a little while because my nose was bleeding because we were so high up. I'm just not used to that. I'm used to Paul Conway being in the front where I could see stuff. I was way in the back up, and I mean it was just horrible. I couldn't breathe too good. Billy had to come get me, but all in all, the movie, Ryan Reynolds and those guys, they were every scene you were knew that it was comic book related, like the Silvestri cover, the Weapon X guy. I mean, it was just a great movie. Right. And the only thing that I really had a problem with was just Human Torch. I really liked him in the first Fox movie, and the way that I wanted him to go out in the Blades of Glory instead of just the way he did. But I guess they were using him as comical stuff for Deadpool. But all in all, like I said, the movie was great. I hope that Marvel continues using and giving fans what they want. I know a lot of people were kind of upset about the announcement of Robbie Downey Jr. as a Doom. I've heard good things, and I've heard people weren't into that. But we'll see down the line what they do with Secret Wars and all that other stuff they got coming for us. So hopefully they continue on with Deadpool. I heard that Hugh Jackman is going to continue being Wolverine, and they're saying there's some kind of alternate ending for Gambit's character. So we'll see. Were you upset Taylor Swift didn't show? No, I didn't really. I knew Taylor Swift wasn't going to show up, but like I said, if you watch the old episode of the Giveaway show, I called that Chris Evans was going to be Human Torch. I just didn't like the way they treated my buddy. So that's all.
All right. I think, okay. So I think there's going to be some changes I think there already are being changes quietly to the MCU. So we'll keep an eye on it and see how Captain America 4 turns out. And I'm hoping it turns out solid, that it really is. It had a lot of vibes of The Winter Soldier, which to me was one of the top 3 MCU solo films. Right up there with, I feel like it was Iron Man, the original Iron Man, because that started it all. Right. Captain America, The Winter Soldier, and Black Panther. And I think those 3 were the best of the solo films. To me personally, I don't consider Captain America Civil War a solo film. I feel like that's one of the team up films. So, because it was just, it was all like the team dynamics of the Avengers. So I would love to see Captain America 4 be along the lines of the Winter Soldier, and it kind of feels like it, but I don't know how Red Hulk fits into all that. So,
well, I mean, I don't really care about them. I just want to see Green Hulk versus Red Hulk. Just fight to the death. Let's go.
I want to see the Hulk back, and I don't know if we want to go in. Spoiler alert. I have heard that the Mark Ruffalo Hulk will make an appearance in Captain America 4.
Right.
Oh,
And really, you know, when you think about it, I really can't. I can't see a way that you could match Sam Williams, the new Captain America against a Hulk, and it be like a fight where he could hold his own. You know, I mean,
not at all.
I don't know. I think. I don't know. I mean, what do you think, JT? You think that's?
I agree with you completely. I don't think he can hold his own against any Hulk, Red Hulk, Green Hulk, no Hulk.
Yeah.
But I do think it'll be an interesting movie once it does come out. You know, we got to see some more scenes. What's going to happen? But I'm excited to see it though. Just in general, I think it'll be a great movie.
I'm going to go see it in the theater. I made that decision when I saw that trailer. You know, even though I'd heard a ton of information about it, I know they did massive reshoots, but I made the decision. I said, okay, I'm going to go try to see this in theater. You know, I want Sam Wilson to get a fair shot as Captain America, and it's Harrison Ford joining the MCU. So between those two things, I want to go and check it out and see. And then and then seeing that trailer, I was like, okay, I'm cautiously optimistic because they definitely are giving Winter Soldier vibes. And then they said that they actually said that in an interview that was intentional, that it definitely is kind of more in line with that. So I want to see. I don't know. I want to see. I mean, you know, they could, you know, it wouldn't be the first time that a trailer didn't accurately represent the movie that it was advertising. So
I had a question. Do you think that Captain America, that when it moved to the movie, they needed like something like the Red Hulk, Green Hulk, because they're figuring they can't hold it by themselves?
Yeah, you know, that's
maybe they're doing the Thunderbolt introduction.
You know, okay. So the thing with the issue with
YouTube, JT,
the issue with Captain America 4 is that you had this series between 3 and 4, right, in a long time. So, and then you had this series, you know, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and it told the journey, but it just, you know, it was a limited audience for it because not everybody is a Disney Plus subscriber. So right off the bat, you cut your audience. Number two, it's 6 hours. So it's 2 really, really long feature films or 3 regular size films. It did not, you know, I'm of the opinion that should have been Captain America 4 and this should be Captain America 5. And that they should have done a 90 minute to 90 to 120 minute film out of Captain America and the Winter Soldier and release that, even if it was just on Disney Plus, because then it's just a smaller time commitment, you know, and it's like you don't know what they're going to do with the characters. So, you know, people don't know if they want to invest 6 hours into it. And then, you know, there was a lot of kind of bloat in there. There was a lot of fat. They need to trim the fat out of it. So I feel like this one definitely has some stuff against it because a lot of people are going to, like the mass audience, like we're all comic book people, so we keep up with everything, right? But there's a lot of the mass audience that all of a sudden is going to be like, wait a second, who's this guy? I thought, wait, when did Captain America, you know, like, you know, because not everybody in the world subscribes to Disney Plus. A lot of people don't, and a lot less people can subscribe now. So I think it's one of those things we're just going to have to wait and see how it does. I think it has a lot stacked against it, but I'm hoping that if it's good, I hope that people give it a chance. If it's not good, I hope it fails miserably because I want Kevin Feige to hurt from, you know, putting these movies out, and because he needs to return to quality. And, you know, what's kind of frustrating is that Deadpool and Wolverine, you know, they go and drop the RDJ announcement the same weekend as Deadpool and Wolverine, and I was kind of like, what are you doing here? Right. You know, Deadpool and Wolverine is a massive hit, and it's gonna put a feather in your cap, dude. But then he dropped the RDJ thing instead of waiting until D23, and and then the Deadpool and Wolverine panel was kept separate from the Marvel panel. It was kind of almost like, okay, there's this thing over here. We know it's going to be successful, but I need to have my panel over here so people still think I'm doing a good job, which, that's debatable. So, I don't know. I'm hoping for the best with these films because look, I'm a fan, so I want these films to do good. I want to see these characters do well on screen, but I don't know. We'll see you. We'll see what happens. Hey, we got a bunch of people in the comments here.
Our chemist.
All right, so okay, so hello, gentlemen. Welcome back from Joffrey Castro. Rafael Jimenez says no one predicted Blade. I think actually didn't I? I feel like I predicted Blade.
No, you didn't predict Blade.
Did I?
No.
Who did I say I thought was going to be there?
You said something about some character that didn't even show up.
Who? Though it was in the last episode, but before we went on break. I don't know.
I called it right.
All right, Jonathan Dotson says hi everybody. Gerald Yates says hopefully Deadpool will usher the end of wokeism. I have a couple of opinions on that because some could say that Deadpool was like the most woke film of all, but at the same time it's like I don't know. I think what needs to happen honestly is that true filmmakers and true writers need to be the ones making these films and not people who are brought on just because they check a box. Like you need to get true craftspeople who know how to tell a story, who know how to write a story, who know how to direct, and have them be the ones to do this, because otherwise you get really raw ideas that aren't fully fleshed out. And I mean, look, as a writer and a filmmaker myself, I get it. The stuff that I did a long time ago was not as refined as some of the stuff now. So, it's just one of those things that's got to happen. They've got to make that decision that, hey, we're going to, and it's nothing about the subject matter or the quality of the stories. Not the subject matter, but it's the quality of the stories. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, I just want to see Marvel. Me and JT are available, right, JT?
Right.
So we're available, guys. So
that's right.
I've been saying that about Blue Beetle the whole time.
Paul Comics will direct if paid enough.
Yep.
I would love to see a Paul Comics movie. I would love that. That would be awesome. All right. Dagger Card says you were high and nose was bleeding. Sounds like a good time. Okay. All right. Mr. Collector says, I hope you bought a Paul a child's ticket. I'm sure they would not know the difference. All right. GZDR for Ev says, were you upset? Okay. You already answered him about that. There's a reason woke rhymes with broke. Yeah. Yep. Just ask Bud Light. I know. It's like if you get too political, it's people stop having a good time and they get distracted. Okay, especially without the super soldier formula. Yeah, that was my thing. Is that I keep waiting for them to kind of come up with a way to kind of power him up. I don't know, because it's kind of scary, the idea of him trying to go
get in the comments.
He's gonna have to just stay in the sky the whole time.
Yeah. Hulk, strongest of all. If you sub to Disney Plus, you can't sue Disney. That's right. I saw that.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's horrible. It's horrible. Shame on you, Disney, for that. That's horrible. Shame on you. That's just terrible. That poor little child. And it's, if it's your fault, you pay for it. The Art Chemist. Good evening, everyone. Paul, what's good, fam?
What's up, Art Chemist?
What's up? Joe Yates says, Carlos, check if there's a CVS closing near you. They're closing a few hundred stores across the country. I just picked up a lot of bottles of wine for 85% off.
Dang it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. No, I heard it was Walgreens, man. I heard Walgreens.
Yeah,
I actually own stock in CVS. I don't want CVS to do bad. I was okay with Walgreens because I need to sell off my stock in CVS. All right. Mr. Collector says there's a Thunderbolts team with Red Hulk, Punisher, Elektra, Deadpool, and Venom. that it would be cool to have that team. That would be a pretty cool man.
Yeah, I don't
Talk
think
about
Venom,
like a massively overpowered team between Venom and Red Hulk.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna have Venom because Sony and Marvel not really buddies right now.
Yeah, they're not getting. Let's see. Otherwise, Carlos would be Robin.
We're gonna give Carlos as Robin, guys. I just want to say he's the only one to audition for Robin in the Batman movie. Carlos.
Carlos is a writer and filmmaker. Which optioned indie comic are you hoping will be made? Honestly, to be completely honest, all of them. I want to see Something is Killing the Children as a series, Stray Dogs as a film, 8 Billion Genies is the perfect setup for a series, and the same for Department of Truth. I want to see all of them because they're now at the proper budget level, and at the because Something is Killing the Children could be the next Walking Dead, but they have to keep the budget modest. Stray Dogs would absolutely do well in theaters if they will release it. 8 Billion Genies as like a Netflix. Well, no. 8 Billion Genies is like a Netflix streamer, and then Department of Truth absolutely is a Netflix streamer. That Department of Truth is like the horrible, dark take on Men in Black. That's a what is it? Philadelphia. Yeah. Okay.
As a show.
Yeah. There's some good stuff. There's some good independent stuff out there, man. Gerald. I mean, there really is. I really want to see some stuff. Some of these indies get a shot. They're way too good. All right. Well, we got the magic bullet. That's right. We do. We got Paul. All right. That's what that sounds like. It sounds like it's about time for another giveaway to help us. All right, folks, so make sure and enter to win #PaulPool. All right, make sure if you're watching on Twitch or Facebook, make sure and enter that. And then if enter that hashtag, because I want to see if it shows up. I didn't see any hashtags over here in our interface. But if you're on one of those other two platforms, I want you to enter a hashtag so I can see if it shows, and then let me know, because I want to see if it shows up here, because it should.
Right,
make sure the spelling, okay, Joffrey Castro, make sure the spelling, buddy. You got to do Paul Pool, okay. Nice, Gerald Yates.
Gerald Yates.
Thank you for the tip, buddy. All right,
we're glad.
Rodney Barnes is killing it.
All right, 3 Good Nerds. Good to see you. I have a book with your name on it. 3 Good Nerds, welcome aboard as a channel member. He joined just at the end of last season, so we're excited to have him on board, or his family on board. They got some really cool stuff. Make sure and check him out on YouTube. They're doing a really cool thing where he's trying to build a complete set of some baseball cards. Go check out his YouTube channel for that, and some of the stuff that they're doing. All right, let's go ahead and bring that. Okay, next subject up though. All right, speaking of Disney Plus series, The Acolyte. So for those who are not aware, the 8-part Acolyte series on Disney Plus, it was an original Disney Plus series, dropped a few months ago, and it finished up with episode 8 a few weeks ago, and then about a week to a week and a half ago, we got an article, a fully fleshed out article from Deadline that told us that it had been canceled. This is the first time that a Disney Plus series had a whole article written just about its cancellation. Most of the time, they just kind of quietly get memory hold and put away. But it was very specific that the news had been put out that it was canceled and that there would not be a second season. As a result of that, on change.org, a new petition went live that I think has about maybe somewhere between 50 and 70,000 signed signatures for fans to try to get it reinstated, and a bunch of kind of more left-leaning outlets online, blogs and such, started saying that it needed to come back. But then, if you're not familiar with it, there was another huge contingent of Star Wars fans that were very upset about it, and for a variety of different reasons. Some of them creatively legitimate, some of them not. And yeah, so a lot of big YouTubers got embroiled in a big, kind of back and forth, and then there was a diss track released, and really it was the drama around that series was in some ways more engrossing than the actual series itself. So we saw all that play out over the summer. We had refrained from talking about it here because I do have a new series of videos that I'm going to be launching. The first of those is called The Truth About the Acolyte. And I'm going to go kind of a deep dive into just kind of my analysis of it, trying to stay creative and down the middle of the road on it, but also not being afraid to call out either side on the stuff that was going on surrounding that show. Because it was a really interesting case study that we haven't seen before. And social media is really at the core of it, and the ability for people to have a platform that are not, don't have some kind of, that are not stakeholders in a project. So it was an interesting case study, to say the least. And then it also, as a longtime Star Wars fan, I definitely had an opinion about it. But yeah, I wanted to just kind of open it up for either of you guys and see if y'all had something to say about it, and tell and see if y'all had anything. Hey, Meatwad number 1, good to see you, buddy. Glad that you're here hanging out with us. 3 Good Nerds, that's what it was, the 62 Tops series. I just think that's the coolest thing in the world. My girls and I, we collect G.I. Joe toys, the vintage toys. And so that's so it's cool when you can do that stuff as a family and with your kids. All right, so so guys, I wanted to just open it up. I don't know if y'all want to get into it, or if you have any thoughts about the Acolyte, or if you.
What's your take on it, JT?
I was already talking to Carlos about this backstage. I'm not a sci-fi guy at all, but I did see 2 of the episodes. Going back, I do like Mandalorian, so I do like that one. But as far as the Acolyte, I seen the first 2 episodes. It didn't grab me right away. I did appreciate the little fight scenes that I did see in the movie or the TV show. But besides that, I can't tell you any farther than past the first 2 episodes. Sorry, guys.
All right, no, that's fair. That's fair. Paul, did you ever get a chance to catch it?
Yeah, so I've been hearing like bad things about the Acolytes, and I didn't watch it because me, I'm not that kind of person to watch people dying all over the place. So that wasn't my kind of show. So I'm glad that they canceled it. There's one more down. Now all we need is Blue Beetle, and we're good.
You want Blue Beetle too?
All right. Well, you heard him. He said what he said. He didn't stutter. All right. All right. So let's see here. Let's see. Tony Sank says 3 Good Nerds. Nice. Love that set. Maze is my favorite from the set. Thanks, Tony. Have a good way to go. That's cool. I'm glad that you guys are connecting on that. Yeah, 3 Good Nerds. I've been following it and liking those posts. I enjoy them. Let's see. Okay, 3 Good Nerds says, I thought Acolyte had some pretty significant issues, but I was hoping that they would get one more season to try to work it out. All right, Tony Stank says, I watched first 2 episodes. Poop emoji. Disney just going to kill the franchise. Yeah, I think, I'll say this about it. And this is just as a precursor for, like I said, the new series. It's just, these are going to be kind of like op-eds about different subjects within fandom. The first one's going to be the truth about the Acolyte. Second one's going to be the truth about exclusive variant covers. So you can see kind of the range of different subjects I'll be covering in those videos. But those will be some of the new revamped weekend videos that I drop in addition to top 10 lists. So for the Acolyte, when I was years and years ago, and I'm by no means like an award-winning writer or anything like that, but I've put in the time to get to a certain point to where my first drafts are just not completely unreadable. I think what happens in a situation like this is you can have good ideas, but they're like gemstones. A concept or an idea is like a gemstone. It's got to be, when you find a diamond in a mine, you have to break the rock off of it You have to get away all the stuff that's around it, the junk, and then you've got to clean it, and that's through a lot of polishing, you know, a lot of friction, to, you know, and then some, you know, and then they do cut them into a size that looks presentable. Like you know, there's a long way from when a diamond is found in the mine to when it shows up to be purchased in a jewelry store. There's a lot that diamond goes through to get it to that beautiful state where it's ready. You would never take a diamond straight out of the mine, dust it off a little bit, and then put it up for sale, because people would look at it and say, why would I buy that? Well, I'm not going to spend money on that. Why would I do that? That looks terrible. It doesn't look professional. It doesn't look like the kind of diamond I've come to expect when I go shopping for a diamond.
Right.
And I think, and I'm not saying these ideas were diamonds in the rough, you know, because some of them were stinkers. I really was not a fan of this whole kind of trying to portray the Jedi as really, really flawed and bad, you know, kind of people. Even though I'm sure that they're in there, but I think, you know, I just, you know, the soul character, I really had an issue with how he was portrayed and like kind of how he came to. I felt like if you're going to go through that with a character, you got to go a lot deeper and you got to be a much better writer. You know, and I think that was the biggest thing that this show suffered from. I mean, because it wasn't from the production value. Some people said it looked cheap like a CW show. I didn't think so. I think there was some lush cinematography. The cinematographers did great. You know, the lightsaber fights, regardless of what people say, those were some really well done lightsaber fights.
Right.
And they better be for $180 million. I don't know where all that money went. But, you know, I mean, because that's a whole separate thing. It was massively overinflated on the budget standpoint. But you know, I think there were some solid ideas, some solid concepts, but Leslie Headland and her staff of writers and directors, because this is where the blame falls. You know, sometimes you gotta let the blame fall where it's going to fall. She is not an accomplished or experienced enough writer or showrunner to have handled a show of this size and to have handled it well. And it showed. You what?
So what would you have done if you got the reins to write that show?
I mean, I get. Like, you know, a lot of people, I think, sometimes listen to me speak and think that I'm, you know, kind of like all on board with this whole concept of DEI, which is a big buzzword. You know, conservatives hate it, and people further to the left love it. You know, and it goes kind of all the way across. I think that. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell it with a story. All right. So I created a teen superhero show about 12 years ago, and there was a role on that show, and I was convinced that I was convinced this is what that character is going to look like, and then we got into the casting process. And this other actor came in, and he just was the character. Like, he just was. And he didn't look anything like what I expected him to look like. The person we end up casting in that role. But we went with him because he was the right actor for the role. Mm-hmm. You know, we weren't trying to fix, you know, we weren't trying to, because some people, I think back then, they looked at the cast as a whole and they said, well, you know, they look curiously diverse. And I was like, no, it just kind of happened. I was like, you know, we picked the best actor for the role, and some of them were different than what I originally thought they were going to be. And it just kind of ended up that way. And the cast had amazing chemistry, and they did really well on screen together. And I think what you have to do is you have to let that be you have to let the story and the character guide it instead of trying to insert certain types into the overall thing, you know. And and by types I mean, you know, trying to check every box on the diversity checklist. You don't have to do that with one project. It's not necessary. It's not possible. I don't want that, you know. I, as a fan, you know, who's Hispanic, I don't want that. I don't want to be pandered to. It offends me. It upsets me. You know, I think I reviewed a comic book like a year and a half ago, and I still remember I was very irate about that comic book because it was like it was checking all the Hispanic comic book marks on the box. And I just thought, I don't like this because it's not well written and the story's not compelling. And that's the thing, is if it, you know, the story needed to be fleshed out at the story level. What would I have done differently? Well, I mean, there's a lot of things that I think I would have done differently, you know, starting with the two, you know, the kind of the motivations of the main character, you know, or the main characters, you know, because I never really could grasp whose story is this, because it went back and forth between the two twin sisters. And I get it, okay, if it's their story, but their motivations just like flip-flop back and forth throughout the whole thing, where one was good, then all of a sudden she decided to be bad, and one was bad, and then all of a sudden she decided, like, it literally happened like that fast in the show. And that's ridiculous. And there was no setup for it, you know. And then this idea of the ideas of the first Sith, I mean, that's fascinating. It's amazing. But, you know, they didn't do enough of it. Instead, they came up with this whole Sith Bay concept of this, you know, of Manny. And I love Manny Jacinto. His performance is fantastic. I think he was, you know, some of the casting was great for this show. Like, and it was a wasted cast. You know, the guy from Squid Game and Carrie-Anne Moss and everything. Yeah, yeah, no, he was a very cool character, but it was not a, you know, Mr. Collector says he thought Khmer was a cool character. He was an amazing character. But instead, with that ridiculous helmet design, he looks, you know, they were calling him Smilo Ren. And I'm like, I can't argue with that, because the fact that they went into Star Wars Legends and pulled out that type of metal that could defend against a lightsaber shows that, you know, there was good ideas in there. I love it. The fight scenes were fantastic. We've never seen where somebody could take off their helmet and use it like a shield to fend off lightsaber blasts. We've only seen other bladed weapons, you know, like the Darksaber or Beskar steel, but this wasn't either of those. Mm-hmm. You know, it was a different metal that could block the light. I mean, there was just and a Wookiee Jedi. I mean, how cool should that have been? But then he dies off screen. And, you know, it was just so many creative choices that I really think it would have been a different story. I think that it shouldn't have ended the way it did with these two, like, you know, it would have been radically different. And it's the kind of thing where I would almost have to sit down and say, what are some of these cool elements, and then rework it, because it had the potential for it. It was just the wrong people trying to execute it. And, you know, I'm not trying to be mean to Leslie Headland. I'm not one of those people that's going to call out her past, you know, and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's not a mean thing. I'm not against anybody because of whatever. It's just that, you know, sometimes it's like it wasn't executed well. Right. And that's it. That's what happens when you have a show that's not. I mean, far better shows have been canceled with, you know, like Firefly. Firefly was executed very well. You know, every character was drawn out very well. They were all really great, strong, memorable characters. Like anybody who has seen Firefly remembers some of those characters, you know, and they remember certain moments from the show because it was very well done. And that's why you had such fan backlash about its cancellation to where it got a movie to wrap things up. And then comic books after that. We just had comic books a few years ago, and that show's been off the air forever. So I think, far better shows get canceled. So I don't look at it as like, but then even the way the creators and some of the cast were saying that, and then some people online have been saying the Dude Bros got a victory out of this. Why would you let the Dude Bros? I mean, I'm not a Dude Bro. I'm a fan of Star Wars, and I know a good story with compelling characters. And I just looked at it, and I watched it. I watched it all the way through. I didn't hate watch it. I watched it all the way through, and I tried to give it a chance. But there was just too much in it that I just said, this just, you got to do better, Disney. You've got to do better. And then, we're even going to get into the Bo DeMaio stuff tonight too. Because then that's going on, and it's like the one of the few properties you have that's working for you. He gets accused of stuff, and I see JT's laughing in the background. It's like, I don't even know what to think about that. All right, let's bring the rest of the guys out. I've been talking too much. Let's go ahead. We got to do a giveaway, and then I want to see what some of you are saying in the chat here real quick. Let's do that, and then we're going to do the giveaway. All right, good. 3 Good Nurses. I thought Acolyte had some pretty significant issues, but I was hoping they would get one more season to try to work it out. I don't think they deserve a second season. I'm sorry, but she had a whole season and $180 million. The one thing I can tell you, Paul, is that I could have made a killer 2 seasons worth of shows for $180 million. Okay,
yes, sir. You heard that, guy? Right here, guys.
No, I'm going to tell you $180 million for that show.
JT are available, Disney.
Listen. For that show, this is important. People were getting overpaid.
Right.
I'm just saying that. I'm just saying it straight up because I know what some of this stuff costs, and none of those people on that show needed to get paid. Carrie Ann Moss. Okay, so she's bringing some money, right? She's worth it. The guy from Squid Game, break him off some bread. Okay. But all the rest, I'm trying to think through the cast. All the rest of them, no, man. Let their fortunes rise and fall with the quality of the show. It didn't need to cost that much. Yeah. All right, let's see. Watch first. I'm shoveling as fast as I can. All right, I guess that was when Paul was okay. And then for them to introduce a huge character in the show, ridiculous. Now what are they going to do? Yeah, okay. Look. My thing is just ignore the Darth Plagueis thing. Just ignore that. That's not that was.
See what you did, JT.
That was just dumb. If they did a full-length Acolyte showing what Darth Vader viewed of him and Darth Sidious, I think here I will say this. I like the idea of straying away from Darth Vader. I don't think we need Darth Vader. And hey, here's what I'll say. If you want to know the type of Star Wars show I would want to make, go watch Andor season 1. Phenomenal. That show, and because of the crap that was coming out around it, people ignored it. People did not watch it. Like, watch Andor. Andor is how you tell a story. Andor is how you put in diversity, but in an organic, story-driven way. Okay? Go watch Andor, because that's a really good show. It's like one of the best political dramas, but it's in Star Wars. And then they threw in thriller elements. It's great. Thank you, Australian AC. I feel like I talked too much. Tony Stank, Disney making Jedi look like evil idiots since the sequels. Who will kids look up to? Yeah, it's part of the whole kind of deconstruction thing that Hollywood has been on their kick at. Just whatever. I'm not going to get into it.
What do you say,
the relationship with Darth Sidious? Yeah, see, look, there's much better stuff to have drawn from.
What do you think, JG?
I'm not even going to fuss about Darth Sidious. I'm not even going to fuss about Darth Sidious not being in it, because I think, I think it's too much. Yeah, okay, yeah, three good nerds. I'm with you. The random Darth Plagueis cameo felt forced. I like the fight scenes. I had issues with some of the character development. Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. The fight scenes were fantastic. Whoever did the fight choreography on that show, that person should have gotten a raise because those were some really good fight scenes. Those were some of the best lightsaber fight scenes we've had since the prequels. Okay, apparently he got caught in the commercials. I think he was a really cool character. I don't even remember any of the characters' names. Yeah, I mean, I forgot a lot of them too. LOL, I had to look up his name. Disney Star Wars equals boring. For the most part, yes. Rogue One, phenomenal. The Andor, which was the same creator that finished Rogue One, did Andor. That's that guy, Tony Gilroy. I don't know if he's easy to work with or what. Get him and Jon Favreau in a room together and let them come up with some Star Wars stuff. Then you're cooking. All right. Let's see. Lucian Darth, did you all realize that those two chicks had no father? Yeah. I mean, that was part of the whole, and that was what some people were throwing a fit about that Anakin was supposed to have been the only one that had an immaculate conception. But then these two did. I didn't really have as much a problem with that if they had just done a better job of kind of weaving it together. They were trying to redo Star Wars lore when there was an alternate path right by it where they could have woven it in and people would have said, this is brilliant. But again, they didn't let it cook long enough. It was raw when they served it up to eat. Let's see. Tony Singh says it starts with Kathleen Kennedy until she. Yeah, I mean, she's a legendary producer, but she's absolutely off the mark on the Star Wars stuff. She's got it. She's got to get off of this kick.
What did she do?
Huh?
I said, what did she do originally?
No, dude. Steven Spielberg himself said that she's the greatest producer of all time. Steven Spielberg. So she was a producer with him and George Lucas way back, and she's done like go look her up on IMDb. Look her up, and if you scroll past all this recent Star Wars stuff, she actually was. Her name is on a lot of really strong projects, but it's like now I think she's just kind of on this whole thing now. And she's either got to get off of it or she got to leave, or they've got to show her the door. And I don't like saying that because everybody makes mistakes, but if you keep making the same mistake over and over again, it's like, well, all right, Sith don't sing songs.
Yeah.
Acolyte wasn't a series where I was ever excited to sit down and watch it after watching first episode. There was one episode that I really liked. That had a good cliffhanger into the next, where I said, okay, I want to see what's going to happen, but it just, I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't Can't Miss TV. Paul Poole, Tony Stank says, I wanted a Vader show or movie, but they just destroy things, so please don't touch him. I thought the Obi-Wan show did a good job of kind of going into Vader's backstory. Let's see. But again, I wasn't fully into all of it. All of it, I think, but I thought, there was some good stuff in the Obi-Wan show. Let's see. Canadian Survivalist, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. They were probably going with Plagueis creating the twins. I mean, I could see that. What's up, Louis V? Good to see you. Now she doesn't have to answer to Lucas or Spielberg and does her own crap. Yeah, I mean, I think it's something that Bob Iger and her are going to have to figure out. And I don't know if they ever will or if he'll choose to deal with it, but it is what it is. All right, so hey, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go straight into. All right, let's do this giveaway, and then we're going to go into the X-Men '97 controversy since we're doing controversies tonight. Let's see. Kenobi was terrible, destroyed the characters in canon. Tony, it actually. in a dancing through raindrops kind of way, it fits with the canon. It does. Because I had to read up on it and kind of rewatch some stuff, but it does fit in with some things. All right. She worked on back. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yep. Okay, look, y'all read what Mr. Collector said. Kathleen Kennedy, she worked on Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3, Schindler's List, Jurassic Park, The Sixth Sense. Tony Stank, I kid you not, brother. I was not as big a fan of it, but then I went back and looked, and then I read some information about the creator of the show and some things he said about how it ties in with certain bits and pieces of dialogue. And again, dances through raindrops. Okay, keep that in mind. But yeah, I do think it can fit within canon. Now I'm talking about Obi-Wan and Vader strictly. I'm not talking about the what are they called, the Inquisitors, because I don't really know that lore that well. So I'm not talking about the Inquisitors and all of them. I'm talking strictly about Vader and Obi-Wan and their relationship, because that was supposed to be the main through line. If it was up to me, I wouldn't necessarily have even had the little kid Princess Leia in there, because I think that's I don't know. I think that's could be canon breaking. But as far as Vader and Obi-Wan in the primary relationship, I think it can jibe with canon. But to each their own. I wouldn't tell somebody to accept it. I would just say that I can see it, but again, I don't think it was executed perfectly. But again, just me. All right, okay. So we got 22 people in the chat. Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. You are watching the giveaway show right now with myself, new cast member JT Comics, and my day one ride or die Paul Comics. He's faithfully bagging and boarding books that he's going to turn and sell for a 300% markup.
Listening to you, but I'm like, me and JT are here for Marvel. They need writer.
Right here.
Okay. Paul's offering his services. Okay, you might be right on that, Tony Stink. I think you're right on that. Yeah.
Christina.
Yeah, that's a table for. I want to do an all Star Wars episode, even though because I want to dive into the really good stuff, the expanded universe stuff, and the Dark Horse stuff. There's some gems in there, and I'm even going to do a top 10 video about those. What's up, Christina Payne? Good to see you hanging out with us. All right, hey, to the 20 plus people that are watching, hit that like button. And it's hashtag Paul Pool. We're going to pull it up and get that going in just a second here. But make sure that you do it hashtag Paul Pool in the chat. It's winner's choice tonight from this stack of foils I've got. You can also choose the upgrade giveaway here. This copper of Dazzler #1. Oh, Paul's going to give away a Star Wars #2 autograph.
No.
Oh, nice.
JT got a
Dazzler #1.
Look at that.
All right, let's bring it out here. All right, here we go. It's hashtag Paul Pool. That's what you want to enter to win. We got 19 people in there, 23 people watching. Thank y'all for being here tonight.
Thank y'all.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. All right, good luck to everybody. Let's see who pulls it out. Here we go. Here we go. Joffrey Castro. Joffrey Castro, good job. Hey, we're going to do one more giveaway after this. Joffrey Castro, here's what you got to do, buddy. What we did on the last one. I have now 5 foil books remaining. 1 is first, 5 is last. You pick 1 through 5. Just drop a number in the chat, and that's the one you get. If you don't like this one, you can always take the upgrade giveaway book, which is Dazzler #1. All right, they're all foils, okay? They're all foils. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Drop in the chat and let us know. I know you're here in the chat because I saw you say awesome. So Joffrey Castro, just let me know which one you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And like I said, they are all foils. So you can rest assured that at least a couple of them are facsimiles. All right, 3. All right, here we go, folks. 1,
Good number.
2, and 3. All right. So the one that you won is the Virgin foil variant for all in. I think let me look at the title real quick. For Absolute Power Ground Zero, issue number 1, the variant foil cover by Dan Moore. This is the Virgin variant for Absolute Power 0 in or 01, issue number 1. So congratulations. You can also, Joffrey Castro, if you don't like this one, let me know and I can get you this instead. This is a Virgin variant. There was a trade dress and a version. I don't know if this is a right ratio or not, but it's yours regardless. Or you can get the Dazzler number 1. You let me know.
Keep the Virgin.
Is it JT? Is this a ratio?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
But JT's. If you see okay, so Joffrey Castro, let me know in the chat. All right, so let's bring it up. So real quick, let's get reactions from you guys. What did y'all think of X-Men 97?
X-Men 97 was amazing. I think people need to stop celebrating like celebrities and stuff. Separate the person from the art. That's what a lot of people need to do. I know it was like some LGBTQ type of stuff he was doing on his own time and all that. I don't care. Watch the show. It's a great show. Separate the art from the artist. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Separate the art from the what?
The artist.
Oh no.
Separate it.
Separate. He says separate it.
Outside, as long as it ain't hurting people, I don't care.
All right. So Paul, what do you think? Paul, did you see X-Men 97? Did you watch it all the way through?
Yeah, so I don't know what JT's talking about, guys, but like to me, I enjoyed it because they went off of the storylines, because like I said, I'm a big X-Men guy, so I'm a big X-Men guy.
Needs to learn the lesson from them. Use the source material.
So yeah, I'm a big X-Men guy. So I mean, X-Men 97, it was really good to see all that, and I liked when Wolverine's claws got taken out by Magneto and the trial of Magneto and Professor X coming back. But I mean, what will they do on the next season? I heard that they're going another route. Maybe Gambit is one of the Horsemen.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what they're going to do on the 97. It's good that they kept it with the original Fox series. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. They had a couple of the cast members over there in Dallas. Yeah, they had a few of the voice actors. What was that? What is that supposed to be?
J. Scott Campbell. That's me.
That's nice. Yeah, that's nice. I've never seen that one before.
Is that the one in 50?
No.
Oh, okay.
Cover.
I was just checking.
Cover.
Nice. All right, so Paul, you were saying?
Yeah, so like I said, they kept it with the storylines, and a lot of people loved it. That it was like back to the Fox show where it began, and like I said, at Fan Expo they had the voice actors there. They had a long line, so I didn't really want to go in there. So you know what your boy was doing. He was in the Jeff John line for you guys. I'm still recovering from that. I don't think I still think I'm really I still think my mental state's messed up a little bit.
Right.
But
for those who don't know what Paul's talking about, go back and watch our I think it was episode 116 and 119 of the giveaway show of season 5 last season. We showed Paul. He stayed all day in one of the autograph lines, and apparently it traumatized him. I didn't think it was that big a deal, but he was
Jeff John's line.
He was traumatized.
JT was there with me this weekend. Got this one by my buddy.
Nice. Yeah. I'm gonna show y'all a book that it came in today. I wish it had come in before last weekend.
And then I had this done. So Tom DeFalco was the editor on this.
Oh,
I got him to sign it with
Oh,
little.
kinda cool.
So a good story about this. The comic code was not going to let him, because I guess the comics code did not let vehicles ride on hearts and stars, but he got it happen because it doesn't have a code on there. So, yep, they weren't going to let him not publish it, but he got it.
Paul, check this out.
wow.
Look,
Okay,
this came in today.
Oh.
Today.
I was like, and that's why I picked it up, because I got it for like $2 and a lot of some other books, and I was like, okay, surely it will come in time to send it with one of you to get him to sign it, and yeah, and then it came in today.
Good thing.
So,
He
funny
is.
story is
Wait, the what?
He's moving to Texas.
He's moving to Texas?
Oh yeah, he's
Oh,
gonna
wow.
be in where?
He is moving to Texas.
Yeah, he's gonna be in Austin. Yeah, he did say that. Yep.
Yeah, he's moving.
All right.
Actually, he got the
I'm
house.
hoping-
He doesn't fully
Is
move
he,
in.
I'm wondering if he'll come to the if he'll come to any. Well,
Oh, he
I'm
said
sure
he's only
I'm
doing
sure he'll be
Eastern
in
Rim
Texas.
at the time. Not from now
All right,
on.
hey, let's get yeah, Mr. Collector. I'll be praying for you guys this season, having to deal with Paul.
Hey, watch it, Collector.
All right, hey, let's keep it moving right now. So we're going to do one more giveaway before the end of the show. We are approaching. I see producer D and producer Weapon X are already starting the chats, warning me about going over for the first show of the new season. We're supposed to come in at 90 minutes.
Okay. Let's get it done. Let's do it.
All right, so here's the deal with X-Men 97. All right, I'm going to say this. I'll share a little bit. So the deal with, what is that? I lie pie pie.
Popeye.
I don't know what that
That's a
is.
new series.
I don't know what.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Came out today.
This came out today.
I haven't been to my LCS yet.
Children.
All right, hey, we're doing the third giveaway of the night. Make sure if you're watching us on Twitch or Facebook, make sure to drop a message in the chat so I can know that you guys are getting entered. And then also if you don't, for whatever, I know there was a couple people that dropped in to Facebook and to Twitch. Make sure and message me on Instagram or email me. Because I'd love to send you a little something just to say thanks for being on those platforms and watching us over there as well. All right, so I was going to show something.
JT Pool.
JT Pool.
Hashtag JT Pool. I'm going to show this little something. Just real quick, talking about pickups, fun pickups. Was this a big deal? This book?
Oh, is that the? So that's the what if?
What if?
Donald
Donald Duck became Wolverine.
Yeah, that's what the Wolverine 1 homage cover.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
so hey, you know what I did just to give y'all a quick, and he should see this if he's in the chat right now. One of our channel members had said, "Hey, this is a book that's a book that I'd love to have," because he entered that on his questionnaire when he joined the channel. That's right. This person was at the channel, the Dark Knight channel member tier, $14.99 a month, custom emojis and loyalty badges, early access to videos, members only live streams, quarterly care package from Carlos featuring at least 5 curated comic books with a retail value of over $50 based on information provided by you, shipped to your door. In the lower 48 states only. We also have the Claude Knucklehead. If you're in Canada, it's the same thing, but it provides for shipping for that. Hey, guess what? This individual, this is one of the books that this individual had wanted, I believe. So it's, El Green, I just pulled this out of your box, buddy. So this is going right back into your box.
Nice.
Where you asked for it. So just wanted to show you that. And for those who like the idea of a mystery box, but you want to make sure that the stuff in the mystery box is the kind of stuff you like, this is the perfect solution for you. It's over $50 in retail value for the book, for the books that go into your package. I'm a little backed up on them now, but I can guarantee you it's going to be worth the wait. because I've got a lot of cool stuff for our people at those membership tiers. Got some of those going out. And for those who are wondering about them, you can read more about them on the membership page here. I would love to see more people join and take advantage of that. Here in the greater Houston area, we have over 20 comic shop locations of all different sizes and stripes. And we have a very generous, huge sponsor and partner of the show, Lone Star Heroes. So we try to make sure and get the fun, cool books that you're looking for that you didn't even know you wanted in your curated care package. That's what a curated package is. The word to curate means specifically chosen for an event or experience. So for this experience of the custom care package, you are getting books based on a little form that you fill out for me as soon as you join. And then the comics for that package are chosen based on what you put on that form. So just wanted to, share that, shout that out, let y'all know. Make sure and do hashtag JTPool. All right, if you want to be entered to win on this last one. And yeah, we're going to get you on there. All right, so folks, let's we're going to round. Okay, so Bo DeMaio, here's the deal that's going on. Wow, that is wicked looking. Oh. Derek Chu. All right, so the deal is when X-Men 97 came out, everybody wasn't sure what direction it was going to go in. Was it going to be solid? Was it going to, where was it going to go? But abruptly, a couple of weeks before the debut of the show, the creator, the person who guided it into being, Bo DeMaio, was fired quietly and quickly from Disney, and taken off of all the projects that he was working on. He had also, I think, done some work on Blade, and he had already turned in scripts for X-Men 97 Season 2, and he had already mapped out Season 3 and 4. But we didn't get any information about it. There really wasn't any speculation. He was silent. Disney was silent. Well, a couple of weeks ago on X, formerly known as Twitter, Bo DeMaio became unsilent. He shared a little bit because apparently Disney had said that they were going to take away his writing credit on Season 2. This quickly escalated, and then leaks were given about some inappropriate behavior by Mr. DeMaio while he was working on X-Men 97. They involved pictures. This is all alleged because then Mr. DeMaio tweeted or put out on X that the truth would be forthcoming, and then he hired a lawyer, a high-level entertainment lawyer, to come in, and that individual released a statement that was very strongly worded, and in it basically accused Disney of going by a playbook to try to smear people. So we don't know much more than that. Everything at this point is alleged. It is unproven, but we do know things have escalated between the two parties because largely because Disney is threatening to strip Mr. DeMaio's credits off of the second season. But we do know that he had turned in completed scripts for them. Now, according to this is something that will probably involve the Writers Guild of America, because they oversee that to make sure that they're the union for writers, and they make sure that everybody gets the credit that is due them. Now, one of the only ways that you can remove somebody's name in the credits of a project is if it is completely rewritten from scratch and there's no recognizable elements carried over. Even then, if there's some kind of similarities, he can still get a story by credit. That's why sometimes in movies you see story by and there's a name, and then screenplay by and different names. It's because the very first drafts of the scripts were written by the story person, and then they were completely rewritten, or they were rewritten to a degree where they did not receive a writing credit on it. So these are the kind of things that are decided by lawyers and judges and by the union rules that are in place, because Disney, even as large as they are, they cannot break the union contracts because nobody can. That's why they do collective bargaining. So we don't know for sure what happened, but this is why I wanted each of these guys to share what they thought of the season, because season 1 of X-Men 97 was flawless,
Right.
and it only got better. And the sad part about all this is that the person that got them there, for whatever reason, is no longer on the project. And while, I wouldn't advocate, because we don't know all the facts, so we can't say what should or shouldn't happen. But I mean, it's a phenomenal first season.
Yeah.
And so my hope is that this whole matter can get solved quickly, and whatever needs to happen, because it's kind of there's a lot of ick flying around about this. If somebody is sending unwanted, revealing pictures of themselves to coworkers, that's kind of an ick, or what they call an ick. But then if you're the employer and you know about that, but then you let months go by,
right,
and you hold on to that information, and only when he upsets you, then you start leaking it. That's a bigger ick. I don't know. That's a bigger problem, I think, because what were you holding it for? Blackmail? I mean, what was the what was the purpose of waiting? Because X-Men 97 came out like in the spring, didn't it? Like why wait that long to, I don't know. So I don't know what the game is that they're playing. I think
you don't think it took a little while for the people to come forward with it? I mean, not everybody's going to say, hey.
Because here's the thing. He was let go.
Mm-hmm.
They knew enough to say you're fired.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know enough to fire somebody, but then you wait 3 months, 4 months? Well, I mean, what is that?
You don't think it was more money, and maybe they try to find an angle to get rid of him?
No. Well, I don't see. I don't know. That's the thing. It's like, because that makes it even worse almost if you don't like that somebody's asking for more money because their property, because what they created for you is successful. Right. So then you go dig up dirt on them, or you pay somebody off to make false accusations. I don't know. It's like
I just want to say to Carlos, welcome to Hollywood, buddy.
The whole thing is messy. And so, it's just
it's Hollywood now, where we cross.
No, yeah. I mean, no, it's like old school Hollywood. It's messy, and it's like I don't think it works that way anymore, guys. I don't think because there's look, Mickey don't want that stigma. Yeah, so, right. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those. To me, it's fascinating because no matter who ends up being the person who's telling the truth, and what we see in the past is usually there's a little bit of truth in what everybody's saying, but nobody's saying the complete truth because they don't want to incriminate themselves, and they know that they did wrong too. So it's probably like all around, and just the way it was handled and carried out is kind of like, I don't know if I would have done it that way. I don't know that I would have, let it play out that way. I think, I don't know. I really don't know. And again, that's the thing. We're just speculating. We're just fans that are wondering why is this show that we loved probably not going to be the same. Yeah. It's like, well, it's like, it's probably not going to be, yeah.
You're going to lose
if they keep close to the storylines, I mean, I think the show would be nice, but I mean, I don't know what's going on with all that. I guess we'll have to tune in to Carlos and Billy, because both of them are going to be over there at the X-Men 97 building and finding out what's going on for you guys.
What's the X-Men 97 building?
I don't know. You ask Billy and Carlos. I don't know all that.
Right. Me and Billy, who are not a partnership that goes out and does cases together. All right, we'll be
Y'all are
outside
now for the chat. We're gonna do this for the chat, guys.
I don't speak Billy though. I don't know his language.
Okay, well, y'all gonna get it.
Ugh.
Me and
All
JD
right.
will be at the Marvel Studio building. So we got work to do.
All right, Mr. Collector says money talks. That's the only thing people listen to.
Yup, there you go.
Says, even the lies hurt his career, even if people know the truth. Sad. There you go. Billy talks too much. That's it right there. All right. Let's bring this up. Let's do this last giveaway of the night.
Pool, guys.
Entries. Make sure you've hit that like button if you haven't already. I'd love for you to do this.
Good luck, Carlos.
Great. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Here we go. Here's the last giveaway of the night.
Last one. Good luck.
Let's see who's the winner.
The collector get in there.
That guy.
Oh.
Welcome back, Carlos.
All right. No, we're doing it again. Here we go.
All
right. In 3, 2, 1.
Twitch or something.
There we go. All right. Let's do it again. Hulk, smash that like. There you go.
Come on, Carlos.
El Green Machine. There you go.
Wait a minute, El Green's a champion. That don't count. Let's do it again.
Arms Way Chad, did you receive your package, buddy? All right, let me know if you received your package yet.
Rig. Now we can officially start the season.
Start the season off with a Carlos win. There you go. All right. So here we go. Okay, I've got 4 books left. El Green Machine, you're going to say 1, 2, 3, or 4, or you can take the Dazzler number 1. All right, let me know which one you want, El Green. El Green is cleaning up. I know he's excited about that Donald Duck homage.
He said, "Give it to Paul." Thank you, there, El Green.
Right. Yeah. All right. Yes, Ben Dude number 3. All right, here we go, folks. I have a feeling you're gonna like this one. All right, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. El Green Showcase number 22. Foil facsimile, the first appearance of Green Lantern.
Go for the Dazzler, El Green.
I actually think this might already be in one of your bundles.
I think you got one of those for your El Green already.
Yeah, okay, El Green, you already got one, buddy. You already have one of these. If you want a second one, tell me.
He says, "Give it to Paul." Thank you, buddy.
Stop. He's not telling you that. All right, El Green, or I'll let you pick another one, 1 through 3. Let me know, El Green. You can do this one, or you can pick another. I don't have a Dazzler. Okay, so you want to take the Dazzler? All right, because you can have a second one of these if you want it. I just didn't think you'd want it. All right, so Dazzler number 1, El Green Machine. Do you want this, or do you want to pick another one from the stack? You can pick 1, 2, or 3, and you can get it, and you'll get a different one. Let's see what our buddy says. Armsway Chad says, "I just got off the phone with El Green Machine, and he said to send the other to me." There you go. All right, so here we go. So this was the book. Gerald Yates, yeah, you can swap for Dazzler if you want to. All right, so 1, 2, and 3. El Green. This one, Hulk 2099 number 1.
Ooh,
so that's it's okay. It's all right. El Green. Tell you what, I'll let you. El Green, you can take the Hulk, the Green Lantern, or hang on, Gerald, because he might want to. Or you can take this ROM, or I got a ASM 252 foil facsimile. So El Green, you can take. I'll let you get any of those 4 because because you're a channel member, almost to a year. Yeah, there's a Dazzler for you, and a Dazzler for you, and a Dazzler for you. I got enough of them, that's for sure. Paul kept telling me it was the best spec pick of 2024.
I don't blame
you.
me.
Okay, so El Green does want the Hulk. Okay. All right, we'll do that. And then Gerald Yates, you said you want the Dazzler. So Gerald Yates is going to give up the New Mutants. That'll go back in the giveaway box.
Wow.
And I'll put this Dazzler. Hey, people like what they like. All right, Joffrey Castro, and then L Green Machine. All right, hey, congratulations to our winners tonight, and to everybody, and a big thank you to everybody else for being back with us.
Yeah, you're welcome, Carlos.
Debut of season 2. Couple things we got coming up to just remind you of. First off, I want to make sure and drop our sponsor. Check this little commercial spot out for our sponsor, Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys. What's up, everybody? It's Cross Collects Comics here, and I want to take a second to tell you about a sponsor of this video, Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys. And if you're looking for your next favorite comic shop, this is the spot. Tons of back issues, all the key books you could be looking for, a friendly and helpful staff, and 3 locations across the greater Houston area region: Lake Jackson, NASA, and Galveston. So make sure and check out Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys. All right, so big shout out to Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys, because they do make everything possible here for us. I want to make sure and let y'all know they're having one of their legendary sales this weekend for Labor Day weekend. So if you're looking to go to the beach and you're in the Texas region, make sure and check out their Galveston location. That was the big drone shot throughout of that really huge wall of books. It's well worth shopping and spending 2 or 3 hours there. Also, I want you to be staying tuned here on the channel, because we are going to be launching a couple of brand new shows. One of them is going to be Carlos and Friends. This is a members-only live stream that will be going live on the 1st and 3rd Fridays at noon here on the channel. So this is the early September issue. If you're a channel member at any tier, you'll be able to watch that. Even whether you're a Man of Steel, because we got Man of Steel. Wait, this thing is not doing Man of Steel here. We've got the Webbed Wall Crawler, which Webbed Wall Crawler, I have changed it, so now the $9.99 a month tier does get a comic book shipped to your door. The Dark Knight tier, and the Claude Knucklehead. So all those tiers will be able to join in and view, and I'm going to be giving my take on some of the popular top 10 lists that go out. So if you're into trying to maximize your dollar in the collecting hobby and make sure you buy the right books, I'm going to be giving you my take on a lot of those top 10 lists that come out. I'm also be pointing you to some special resources that can help you when you're making decisions about what books you want to add to your collection. We've got some new top 10 videos that dropped during the break. The top 10 Deadpool comics to add to your collection, and top 10 Superman comics to add to your collection, Volume 1. So make sure and check those out as well. Lots of cool stuff going on here on the channel. Plus, I've got one more show because there will be 4 types of videos going live per week once we get into September. October probably. There's a mystery one that I'm not going to tell you all about, but I can guarantee you it's going to be one that you're going to want to tune in for. So make sure and keep an eye out for any time I start talking about the phrase comics on demand. That's what you want to know. All right, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Real excited that you guys and gals got to hang out. So I am excited to, we're going to bring this puppy in for a landing. Gerald Yates says, everyone blames Paul's. Yep. When in doubt, blame Paul. There you go. Gerald Yates, can't get enough of that. Harm's Way Chad says, I'm launching my new channel soon. Cool. L Green Machine says, I don't drink coffee. That's okay. I don't either. The cup is filled with hot tea. All right, good night. Heading to work. Hey, you have a good, safe time at work. Thanks to everybody for tuning in tonight for Season 6. We'll be back next Wednesday night with our other 2 brand new cast members, the Future Batman and Aelwolf. I'm excited about having them aboard. Y'all take care. Y'all have a great night, and we will catch y'all. Next time. See ya. Peace.